Hello, very good evening everyone and welcome back to SISYA CLASS YouTube channel. Today we'll be studying profit, loss and discount in our today's JEE foundation session. Nana. We'll be studying what profit is, losses, types of discounts and different things, right? Let me introduce myself. I'm Pawan Yashwant. I'm a maths expert teacher at SISYA CLASS. I'm a graduate in bachelor's in technology with 5+ years of experience. In this 5 years of experience, I have taught over 20,000 plus students and I am from Geetham, Visakhapatnam, guys. So before learning profit, loss and discounts, there are some terms that we need to learn. The first term we'll be learning is cost price. This amount or the amount paid either purchasing or producing an object is known as cost price. So let's assume you are making a pen. Let us take this example of pen today. You are making a pen. What do you need? You need is plastic, you need the material inside and everything, right? This is the cost that we are putting in on producing this object. So this will become the cost price. Now coming to selling price. This is the price we will sell to obtain any profit, right? The amount received when an object is sold. If I am selling this pen to someone, that will become the cost price at which I am selling this, right? Okay. Now coming to profit and loss. Now guys, there is cost price and there is selling price. If I am making this pen at 8 rupees and I am selling this at 10 rupees, right? I'll be making a profit, which is nothing but a positive thing. I'll be making a positive of 2 rupees. Right? It is a positive. The difference, if SP, selling price, is greater than cost price, I'd be receiving a profit or a gain. And if I am selling this pen at less than 8 rupees, I'd be call it a loss, right? If SP is less than CP, then the difference, it's called the loss. This difference, which is I am making at 8 rupees, I am selling at 7 rupees, I have a loss of 1 rupee. Now coming to loss or profit percentage, right? Profit if I am selling this at 10 rupees, which the original cost was 7 rupees, 3 rupees. What is this 3 rupees in terms of percentage? How would I get it? It is nothing but the profit obtained, that 3 rupees into 100 divided upon the cost price. 3 rupees upon the cost price. In any case, either it's calculating percentage of profit or percentage of loss, we will always be considering cost price only. We would be considering cost price unless upon it is mentioned that please consider in terms of selling price, right? Which would mostly be never asked. So you understood, right? Profit percentage is the amount of percentage you obtained or you lost while selling a object. Now coming to a small question. A fruit vendor recovers the cost of 25 mangoes by selling 20 mangoes. Find his profit percentage, right? He is having 25 mangoes. He is having 25 mangoes, right? He recovers the cost of 25 mangoes by selling 20 mangoes only. So if he is selling this or the cost of this is some X rupees, he is recovering that cost by selling 20 mangoes. Understood? So what would be the profit? This 5 mangoes, the cost of the 5 mangoes. So you can write that as 5 mangoes upon total mangoes into 100. Right? He is remaining. This is the profit, right? 5 mangoes he is having more. Right? 5 upon 5, this is 20. This should be, sorry, this is, yeah, 20%, 25, sorry. Right. Okay guys, just a second. Upon the top, he is selling 20. Okay, come on. Now second thing is, a man purchases an item for 120 rupees. He then sells at 20% profit. He then sells at 20% profit. Find his selling price. 120 rupees he has, the purchasing, he is buying this as 120 rupees. He is selling this at 20% more plus 20% of this price, right? He's selling this at more than 20% of the original price. So that would be 24. This should be 144. Right? You can also solve this if you take common, right? If this is nothing but CP plus this is profit into CP. You can directly write this as CP into 1 plus percentage profit or percentage gain, right? So guys, let me tell you, if you have 100 rupees, you have 100 rupees, and if you want to sell it at 20% profit, you just have to multiply this term by 1.2 into 100. Okay, hope you got this. This should be 120. So this is the main calculation. You're considering 100% as 1. If you want 20 more profit, you'd be adding 20, which is 1.2 of original price, right? Let us see types of cost. Coming to direct cost or variable cost. This is the per item cost. Let us see the definition first. This is the cost that is directly linked to making or selling each individual item. Now we are taking an example of pen, right? It needs plastic, it needs ink. So the more amount of pens you produce, the more amount of this quantities is gonna increase. More pen, more ink, right? And plastic, etc. So as quantity increases, this cost is also increasing. Let's see the second point. The more you sell, the higher this cost becomes a total. Obviously, you'd be producing more pens, you'd be needing more ink, which is increasing the variable or direct cost. Let me say, but in this case, the cost of the ink remain constant in any number of volume you use, right? Coming to indirect or fixed cost, that regardless of sales, you could call it the regardless of sales cost. These are the costs that you'll have to pay no matter how many you sell or how many you make. Let us take the same example. You're making pens, now you want to store them, right? You want to store, obviously you're producing, you can't keep all the amount within yourself, all the amount of pens I meant within like where you are. So you'll be using a space, you'll be renting a space. Now that space can occupy a certain number of pens, right? So no matter how many pens you produce, till that extent, you will need to pay the same rent amount. If you are making 10 pens, 100 pens, 10,000 pens, any number, the rent will remain constant, right? The rent would be constant. So this is first point. Second thing is, these costs are constant in total. As we have spoken, the rent is obviously constant regardless of your sales volumes. But it is an important point in the shorter term. If you are making pens more than the room could hold, you would need more space to be holding them, right? In that case, you will be renting more space. So this is a indirect cost where there is a constant, right? You have to pay a constant amount of money no matter how much you produce. Now, how do you find this indirect cost, right? We can find this indirect cost depending upon the total fixed cost and number of units sold. So, if you know the total fixed cost, right? Total fixed cost would be some amount, 2 rupees or something, divided upon the total number of units sold. If your total fixed amount is 10,000, right? If you're selling all the pens at 10,000, and the number of units, if you're selling 100, so that would be the fixed cost per unit. This is a formula to find out the cost per unit, fixed cost per unit. So we understood what indirect cost is also. Now let us sort of semi-variable cost, or the mostly fixed, sometimes increases. These are a type of both fixed and variable. They usually stay the same like a fixed cost up to a certain point. Let us talk about this. So we all have electricity, right? We all have electricity in our home. So the board would be providing us with certain amount of power, right? Certain amount of power it will provide you. Now when this threshold gets increases, you would be charged more. That is a type of semi-variable cost. I can also give you an example of, SIM cards, right? If you are using any SIM cards networks, they will be providing you with a monthly package. If you are exceeding it, they would charge you more and provide you the same amount, right? It is a type of semi-variable cost. So these costs have a fixed component and a variable component that kicks in at a certain level of activity. This is what we have talked about. We have a fixed component of certain rupees. After the threshold gets reached, there will be a variable component, right? So yeah, before that, let's revise this once again. Direct cost, we saw direct cost. The direct cost is the cost that is linked to making or selling each individual item. This is the first point. Now coming to indirect, these are costs that you have to pay no matter how much you produce or make. And finally we have semi-variable, right? Semi-variable is basically a mix of fixed and variable, where the variable would be kicking in after completing the fixed component. Now let us see okay, discount. So we all know what discount is. Discount is a reduction in the price. Reduction on what price? On the price that is marked or listed. If you go to a shop, any shop, there would be tags, right? There would be tags saying, let me draw, rupees 200, 2000, etc. This is what we call a list or a market price. Now discount is usually applied on this. So on this amount you will apply some discount, which is a reduction in the amount. This could be due to various reasons like strategies, etc. You have religion function, etc., etc. So it is an incentive offered to customer to encourage the purchase, to encourage this amount of purchases, rewards, loyalty, and etc. It could be also a promotional or a strategic reasons. So discount is basically applied on market price. We saw cost price, the making price, selling price, the amount at which the product is sold, and finally we have list price also. So discount is found out by list price minus selling price. Got it? List price minus selling price. Now coming to successive discounts. This we have actually kind of studied in the yesterday's percentages chapter. So we can do this by, let me tell you, you have a promotional offer which is getting applied to 10,000 rupees. They are giving you a promotional offer of 10,000 rupees, 10%, which is 1,000 rupees. You're getting that at 9,000 rupees. Got it? Understood till there. Now, if they're giving you more, they're giving you buy within 3 hours, we'll give you 10% more discount. So they're giving 10% more of the 9,000 rupees, which is 900. So the final amount would be, okay, let me say, first discount is, the initial price of the component is 10,000. If they're giving 10% discount, you would be getting 1,000 rupees discount. So the product to this would become 9,000. And they are again offering some early bird offer or something of that sort, a 10% more discount. So this time it would be 900 rupees. So the final price it would be 9,000 minus 900. Yeah, which would be 8,100. So in order, this is a longer calculation, right? In order to skip this, we have a formula where it is given as MP, which is the market price, multiplied by 100 minus P, which is the successive discounts of P% and Q%. Then the final selling price. This will be the final selling price. Right? It is given by market price into 100 minus the first % discount. The percentage discount Q is the second percentage consecutive discount. If you want, we can try that example also. If I put in 10,000 into 100 minus 10 into 100 minus 10 upon 100 into 100. This would be 8,100. So this is how you calculate the successive discounts in finding the selling price. Hope you understood this. Just a second. Yeah. So now coming to, if there are three successive discounts, if still I am getting one more discount of 10%, this would be I get 810 rupees, right? If I get that discount also, again I have to calculate. Yes, we again have a formula. If you remember this part, you can apply it to any number of successive discounts. The second part would be if there are P, Q and R successive discounts. Suppose item is sold after successive discounts of P, Q and R. Now what will become the formula? The market price into 100 minus P into Q minus 100 minus Q into 100 minus R upon this will be 3, 1 for each P, Q and R. This is how you will price the successive selling price after P, Q and R successive discounts. Hope you understood this. Okay. Now, see, a shopkeeper sells 2 items at the same price. If he sells one of them at the profit of 10% and the other at a loss of 10%, find the percentage profit or loss. Guys, there are 2 conditions. Yesterday we have studied something of this sort, the product change we have studied, right? Percentages change, percentage of product change. We have this formula, right? A plus B plus AB by 100. Now this is one is positive is profit, right? And one is at a loss, which is negative 10%. You can calculate this by this will be cancelled. This would be negative of 1%. And guys, let me tell you, there is one more easy step to solve this. If you have a question of this sort, there is a formula that is, in this case, there will always be a loss. The loss is constant. There will be a loss of x by 10 whole square percent. Where x is this percentage, common percentage, profit and loss. So this should be minus of 10 upon 10 whole square, which is minus 1. 1 square is 1, 1 into minus 1 is minus 1. So just a second. So we have studied what discount is, right? Discount is basically a reduction in the regular price or usual price. It is calculated on the list price, right? And we have successive discounts. If I am giving you multiple amount of successive discount percentages, how can I calculate the selling price? You have this formula right in front of you. And if you have more of them, you can also find out by multiplying with more 100 and more 100 in 100 minus n terms of some sort, right? And we have seen a question. So let us go further. Coming to this final concept of this is partnership. Partnership is an important concept, right? Partnership basically says that if you have a large capital on a business or anything organization, you have a large capital to put it in. You'd be needing more than one person. This is called a partnership between those number of people. Those number of people individually, they are partners. So 2 or more persons come together to start the business jointly. Where such business is undertaken, such business which is undertaken jointly is called as partnership. So I am some X and Y are investing, let us say 20 lakh. They are putting up an organization of 40 lakh. So basically these 2 are called as partners. This is simple. And types of partnership, this is a more important thing to remember. We have general partnership. What is general partnership? We'll talk about it. So the period of investment is same and the partners divide profit or loss in the ratios of their investment. The period of investment is same. They are investing for the same same time period for say some kind of years, 3 years, 5 years, the time period is same. And the partners divide. So in this case, the profit or the loss earned is divided equally. Let us assume I am putting 2:5. Okay. See, I am putting 2:5, where my total thing would be 10 lakh rupees. This is me. This is my partner. We are putting 10 lakhs in the ratio 2:5, right? So how would I getting? I'd be getting 2/7 of 10. I'd be putting 2 upon 7 parts of 10 lakhs. Whereas he'd be putting 5 upon 7 parts of 10 lakhs. Right? This 7 is nothing but total parts. 2 plus 5 is 7. Those are the total parts. I am putting 2 parts out of 7 and he is putting 5 parts out of 7. Great. So in this, the profit or loss, it is divided in the, now in this 10 lakhs, we are getting a profit of 1 lakh. Okay, we are getting a profit of 1 lakh. So yeah. Okay, we are getting a profit of 1 lakh. Even this profit is shared in this ratio in which we have invested. So I'd be getting 2.7 parts of this. And he'd be getting 5.7 parts of this 1 lakh rupee. This is what a general partnership is. Now we have second type of partnership, which is compound partnership. The investments and the periods of investment differ. The periods of investment and investment differ in this case. Then their investment reduced to investment per month or investment per year, and the profit or loss is the ratio of this converted investments. So basically in this case, they are investing at different times. Okay, let us assume I have invested 10,000 in this month, right? I have invested 10,000 in this month. Now we have another person investing a 7,000 rupees. I have invested this earlier. It has been 10 months since I invested, and he has been investing this since last 7-8 months. So since I have been investing more and he has been investing less, the final proportion would be calculated on this properties, where time period is a important factor playing in this, right? And the profit and loss is divided in the ratio of this converted investments. So this 10 months, 8 months, and the amount will be converted into the right fractions, and I will be getting the profit or loss in that amount. So now let's solve some question, right? Diwali, okay, we have a Diwali offer going on. A jeweler allows a discount of 15%. Even after giving the discount, he makes a profit of 6.25%. Anil brought a gold chain which was marked at 5,000 rupees. Find the cost price of this chain. Okay guys, you understood this? So basically this is the mark price. This is the price tag you have, right? That is the mark price. This is 5,000 rupees. Now a jeweler allows a discount of 15%. So he also gave a discount of 15%. Right? Now what would be the selling price? See, this is the mark price and I am giving discount on it. So the final selling price would be mark price minus this percentage, right? How much this is? 0.85, or you could write this as, just a second. So basically this is 100%. I'll tell you an easy way. This is 100%, right? This is 100%. I am giving a discount of 15%. So I would be selling this ornament or gold chain at 85%, right? I'll be selling this as 85%, which is 0.85, or let me write 85 by 100 into 5,000, right? This should be 4250 rupees, right? I'm not taking it to any deeper formulas. This is a basic formula. We found out the selling price. Now coming to profit, he's saying even if he's selling at this amount, he is getting a profit of 6.25%. He's getting a profit of 6.25%. Okay, so we have to find the cost price. Guys, there's a formula. Let me write it. CP is equals to SP into 100 upon 100 plus profit percent. So this should be, this is the formula you have to remember. This would be What is the selling price? We have 4250 into 100 rupees, sorry 100, 100 plus profit percentage would be 6.25. Right, you understood till here? Okay, let's continue. This would be 425,000 upon 106.25. So this is a formula to be remembering, or you can directly use your logic, right? If he is selling, this has a profit of 6.25%. If you remove it, you'd be getting the cost price. You can do that way also. This is an easy thing, or easy formula, right? So I'd be getting 4,000 rupees. So how we did this? We first note out down the market price or list price, and they are saying they are giving a discount which can only be applied on the mark price. So after removing the mark price, which is 0.15%, the final selling price would be 0.85% of the market price. That should be 4250. Now to find cost price, we have used a formula which is cost price equals to selling price into 100 upon 100 plus profit percent. So the final reading would be 4,000 rupees. Okay, let us go. Now find a single discount. Find a single discount. Let me change. Yeah, find a single discount to equal 3 consecutive discounts of 10, 12 and 5%. So basically, you cannot add these 3 percentages and give a direct final discount, Nana. So like 10 plus 12 is 22, 22 plus 5 is 27. So the final discount could be 27%. No, you can't do in that way. So there is a different path. Because if you see, consecutive means on one price, they are giving one discount, 10%. So this should be 0.9 CP, right? Now in this, they are again giving 10% discount. So it will be again minus 0.9, so of that sort, right? So you have to find out normally. So let me take, since they have not given me any money, let me take 100 rupees, right? If I take 100, right? Now if I apply 12% discount, right? 12%. 100, 12%. You know this, right? 12 rupees reduced. So this should be 88 rupees. Got it? Now we have 5%. Okay, let me take 5%. This should be 88 into 5 by 100. Okay, this would be 83.6. Now finally I am getting a 10% discount, which should be 8.36, right? 83.6 into 10 upon 100 should be 8.36 rupees. So finally my price would be 75.24. Okay. Now, if I don't want to give them the successive discounts of 12, 5 and 10, what can I do? I can find out the difference between the first price and the final selling price and divide it by the initial price and multiply it by 100 to get the percentage. Right? That should be initial. Now, what is the price? This is 100 minus 75.24 upon the initial price into 100. That's equals to 24.76%. So this is the single discount if you wanted to offer, rather than giving him 3 consecutive discounts of 10, 12 and 5%. Right? Okay. Now let us see this. A watch dealer pays 20% custom duty on a watch that cost 450 abroad. How much should he mark it if he desires to make a profit of 25% after giving a discount of 20% to the buyer? See what they have given. They have given us a price. Okay. Now the dealer is paying 20% on this. He's paying 20 more percent on this. Let me say if 100% is equals to 450. Now 20% would be 1.2 of 450. Right? It is same as finding out 20% of this and adding it to 450 again. Right? So he is paying 1.2%. That should be 1.2540. So he's paying 540 rupees for this. Let us think, or let us assume market price be some variable. Now market price be some variable. So we can, okay, you let me tell you till here. He's paying 20% on the cost, original cost, which is 450. So he's basically paying 550 for the watch. Now he's asking what should be the mark price. He's asking us what should be the mark price, so that he desires to make a profit of 25% even after giving a discount of 20%. So basically he wants this profit of 25 after giving a discount of 20%. So let's build up a equation, right? So we can say that cost price plus profit is equals to, now what is this cost price plus profit? This would be his selling price, like kind of he wants to sell it at that price. So this should be equal to mark price minus discount, right? So he has cost price plus profit, which would be equal to mark price minus discount. So mark price minus discount is the price that you would be buying the product at, right? If you are buying a product 10,000, is giving you a discount of 10%. You are buying it at 9,000. That should be the selling price, right? So if you use this condition, this is the total amount he was paying, right? Let me write. Okay, just a second. Okay, now this is what he's paying, so this should be his cost price. We have found out the cost price. Let us substitute this cost price 540 plus what is the percentage of what the profit he desires. He desires a profit of 25%, so that should be 0.25 of 540. Now is equals to market price. We have assumed market price to be X rupees minus discount. What is the discount? 20%. So that should be 0.2x. Right? Now this is what he wants. We can calculate this. I can write 0.25 is 1 by 4 of 540 is equals to 0.8x. This should be 2,270,135. So he'd be getting 675 upon 0.8 is equals to x. So the final price would be 843.75. Great. So in this case, we have first found out the cost price, CP, right? We have found out the CP by considering this 20% that he additionally has to pay to get that watch to his country, which would become 540 rupees. And upon that 540 rupees, we have to use a condition where CP, the cost price plus the profit he desires, is equals to the mark price minus the discount he provides. Right? So 540 plus 0.25 into 540 is equals to x minus 0.2 into x. So 1 minus 0.2, which would be 0.8, and the final price would be 843.75. Come on, guys. So we have last and I guess final question. This is Raj and Ram started a business with capital of 12,000 and 18,000 rupees respectively. 12,000 and 18,000 rupees, and made a profit of 3,500. Find the share of Raj and Ram in the profit at the end of the year. Okay, they have started an organization, right? The total investment would be This should be 30,000, right? And the ratio in which, see, this is a general type or normal partnership. This is not compound partnership. There is no mentioning of any compounding time period, anything of that sort, right? So this is a normal partnership. Now, this is the total parts. This is the total. Now, in what ratio they are investing? If they are investing 30,000, in what ratio? In 12,000 is to 18,000 ratio. That should be 6 2s are 6 3s are, right? They are putting up money in the ratio of 2:3. I am putting 2 parts of the total money and Ram is putting 3 parts of the total money. So the total number of parts would be 5. The total parts would be 5. Now, they have made a profit of 3,500. They made a profit of 3,500. This ratio is the ratio of investment. This is called the ratio of investment. We have studied in this normal case, right? Let me here. General partnership, if I am investing in this ratio, I would be getting the profit in the same ratio. If I am investing 2 parts, I'd be getting the profit also in 2 parts. So let us check. Yeah, the ratio of investment would be 2:3. They have made a profit of 3,500. Find the share of Raj and Ram. Let us find Raj. Okay, let me write Raj. So Raj would be receiving 2 parts, right? He'd be receiving profit also in 2 parts. He'd be receiving 2 by total parts is 5 into profit is 3,500. Would be 7, 1,400 parts. 1,400 rupees he'd be receiving. Coming to Ram. Since he invested more, he'd be getting more money and profit also. 3 out of 5 parts. Sorry. So he'd be getting 2,100 rupees. If I add these two, I'd be getting 3,500, which is the total profit. This is it. This is the share of Raj and Ram in profit at the end of the year, right? That's it. Hope you understood this. They have invested in we have found out the ratio in which they have invested, and we calculate total parts, which is 5 parts. Out of 5 parts, they have invested 2 and 3 parts. Raj has invested 2 parts, Ram has invested 3 parts. So the profit they have earned is 3,500, and we have cut them in 2 into 2 and 3 parts, which is 1,400 rupees and 1,200 rupees. Right. Hope you have all enjoyed today's session. If you want to learn more tips, tricks and other sessions of this lesson, we are coming up with a SISYA Elite batch for the grades 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. A course completely crafted by the IITians themselves. Now you would be asking, why should I start my JEE preparations from 8th class, 9th class or 10th class? Let me tell you guys, for these years you would be having 5 years, 4 years and 3 years in your hand to complete the preparation. So this would be ample amount of time considering the amount of people appear every year. Every year, or this year if you take, around 13 lakh students appeared in this examination. 13 lakh aspirants or applicants. Out of this 13 lakh people, 2.5 lakh people went to the advanced level, and merely thousands of them went to the dream IITs, right? And starting early would also give you more time to manage different activities of your day. You will be having coaching, colleges, extracurricular activities, intracurricular. So it will have more time to manage. Now coming to, it will give you more critical thinking ability, solving more problems, developing or studying various concepts. It will give you more conceptual clarity and critical thinking ability. and it will also help you feel the real competition while you are giving mock test or test series. You'll feel the competition within the people and the people you don't know. You'll see where you stand at. Now you'll ask me, who is going to teach me? The best IITians who have cracked this examination. We believe expert teachers makes expert students. So IITians themselves will teach you. Now coming to syllabus, we would be teaching you 11th and 12th JEE syllabus. We'll be starting from basics or basic level, and we'll be taking you till the advanced level. Right? Now coming to where is this gonna happen? This is not gonna be happening live in our YouTube channel, guys. We are going to have this live on our SISYA class app, where you'll be able to access live quizzes and live ranking system, and you'll be able to continuously progress your journey. And coming to support, what kind of support we can provide you if you have any doubts? We have a 24/7 AI doubt resolution, where you will be able to ask question in the type of text, photo or audio. Right? Now we also have 1:1 mentor session. If you have more doubts, more concepts to be cleared, we will provide you with 1:1 mentor session. And you can also contact your master teacher anytime between morning 10 a.m. to evening 9 p.m. Right? Where the minimum waiting time would be around 2 minutes and the maximum waiting time would be around 7 minutes. And you would be also allotted a AI plus mentor collab. You also have an amazing feature of this. Now coming to self-study. After your doubts are cleared, if you have doubts, if those are all cleared, we'll be giving you with daily practice problems, which are definitely important to test what you have learned today. And we'll be providing you digital study materials and daily worksheets. Right? Now coming to master level, the test. Right? We will be conducting bi-weekly test and mock test and test series to check your conceptual clarity and how you are able to solve sums and the time in which you are able to complete them. Right? Coming to prizes, we have 8th, 9th and 10th for 39,999, 44,999, 49,999, and 8th, 9th and 10th for 89,999, 9th and 10th for 65,999, 10th, 11th and 12th for 2 lakh rupees. Let me tell you, there are no seats available on this thing, and the other classes only around 19%, I guess 19 to 18% seats are available. Let me tell you the special price we have on this. For grades 8, 9, 10, 10th, we have at 14,999, 15,999 and 16,999. Multi-class would be 8, 9, 10 for 39,999, 9th and 10th for 30,999. And let me tell you, this is only available until this JEE series is live in YouTube. Hope you guys enjoy this session. If you please download the SISYA class app in Play Store and Google Play Store and App Store, or scan this QR code for further. Please hurry up and book your seats. Please check the link in the description. Please like, share and subscribe. Have a great day, guys. Thank you.